Welcome back Twitch, welcome back YouTube! Let's get back to just another game, Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, where unfortunately, last time we had another murder, and this time it was Sakura, somehow. I'm not really sure how. But yeah, and we have moved from daily life to deadly life. It's time to finish our investigation. Okay,
Hey.
So
Certainly.
we've already talked to you about this. I think we're done with the crime scene. Nope, apparently not. Apparently there's still something in here that he wants to look at. Is trying to get as much overlap as possible. Oh, maybe he wants me to look at the chair. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think that the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door did not open was simply because the chair was shoved right up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there's no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked room from the inside, not from the outside. Alright, there's the rec room door.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people right now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. And then there's at least one other place I should go look at. I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave. Let me out. Let me out. Leave the area. Let's go. Those other 2 probably went back to the rooms. This isn't where I wanted to go, but okay. Let's talk to the psychopath first. Hiro, where are you? Alright, fine, we'll talk to Toko. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds, we got eyeballs.
Who's there?
The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
How? What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
You know, I know Toko is a toxic, manipulative, absolutely abhorrent bitch with questionable hygiene, but she is aware that she's a serial killer, so that can't be the easiest thing to live with. You know? Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but Can I really believe her? Well, until I prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of the notebook. Alright, let's talk to Hiro. This is like the second time Hiro's come under suspicion, isn't it? I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, sure. Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be...
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well...
When
she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually...
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Oh, do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh?
Huh? What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back in his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw up. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? I want to go to the chem lab. Map! To the mappatorium. 4th floor? Yeah. Alright, close enough. Let's just go to there. Alright, the chem lab is this way-ish. Ish. It would drive me nuts to go to a school with this kind of layout. This sucks. There we go. There is shit all over the floor. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say is, yes sir, I understand. You're not my dad, man. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle has a label on it. Chemical C4. Chemical explosive! Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point the room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So, in other words,
That's right. It could have only been spilled around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. Better not leave a footprint, but I want to look at the actual footprints. There are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. I love you, Byakuya. I love you, Byakuya. You're simply the best. Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So, how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? They're from a rare Pokemon! No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be big. However, unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled chemical explosive. And it looks like someone left some footprints in the chemical explosive. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder has been added. Alright, let's look at the actual shelves. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait, there's more! There's one bottle here that's labeled chemical C9. Did someone put it here on accident? So on this shelf is... It looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser. Which I suppose suit you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. What's this elf on the shelf? On this shelf is... One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit Section C. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections: dietary supplements, reagents, and lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem Lab shelf has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I've taken a good look at the Chem Lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Alright, let's bail. Let's bail on this whole Byakuya scene. And the rec room is back down on the 3rd floor. So down we get. You know, Tech, I've been meaning to ask if you guys are letting Art look at this. Or watch this series. Rec room, right, that's where I was going. I guess Nick could ask if he's still around. Or Nick could answer. I don't know why Nick would need to ask. Nick, are you letting Art watch this? There we go.
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? Hang on a second, I need a drink. I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So, along with Byakuya, they're both claiming that they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Alright, let's do that. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I'd grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it. Also, like, I'm doing some calculations in my head real quick. Hang on, I'm thinking. I think the female characters, I mean, I'm counting Chihiro in that since he was a female character, or thought to be a female character at the time. I think they've gotten murdered more than the male characters. Because this is chapter 4, like, the only one that had male characters being murdered was chapter 3, that was a double. Everyone else was like female characters. The women have kind of had it hard in this game. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had... It's true to life. I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
I mean, part of that is like 2 of the women, potentially 2 of the women were going to be murderers themselves. Like Sayaka was only murdered because Leon killed her in self-defense. Leon killed her, but she assaulted him first. And then Celeste killed, or did the double murder, essentially. Planned it at least. Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I can't believe she learned things by actually looking. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Alright, let's look at the Monokuma bottles next. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new. Oh, well, I think I see the something new.
Hey,
Did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation. Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is? There are 2 missing.
so...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to be able to come up with their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Death stare. No answer? I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Monokuma bottle has been updated in the truth bullet section of your handbook. So yeah, the knight and the queen are both missing.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? You're gonna slap me in the back of the head with one of the bottles, aren't you? An experiment?
anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess around with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room, abandoning her guard duties, which she was supposed to be doing the whole time. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
In other words...
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then...
Now, then here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you've picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The result of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together.
hey,
And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. The Monokuma bottle experiment has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright, lastly we need to look at the magazines. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Blue. Different bottle? I don't know. This magazine is upside down. It's a cosplay magazine. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. Toko! This is... One of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. I don't think that it's a different bottle. I think that there were shards of 2 bottles worth of glass there. I think that's what that experiment is supposed to show. He gathered up all the glass and it was heavier than 1 bottle, so it must have been 2, because there weren't different fragments of glass in it. It was all the same type of glass, even though there was only 1 figure. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Oh god, we let Hina see.
What the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer? I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, that makes me that much more suspicious. Magazine dying message has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh, and it looks like our investigation is over.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Listen, dude, like, we all can't watch everybody with cameras, okay?
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
At least he's always polite, and he waits until we have all the clues we need.
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
Wow. Fucking harsh. She's gonna need a burn heal for that one.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
I mean, this is a case where it's... I hate to say it, But Sakura probably needed to die so that Hina should show any character growth at all. Right? Because Sakura was always kind of Hina's guardian angel, and now Hina has to deal with shit on her own. So now we're gonna actually see what Hina is capable of. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. Yeah, well. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. But whatever we're gonna make happen, we're not gonna be doing it tonight, because I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream here. We will pick up with the trial on Friday. I will see you guys then. Thanks for coming out and joining me tonight. I always appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw, you know, make sure to be here Friday and watch the rest. Y'all have a good night. See ya.